Hi, thanks. My name is PK. I'm a storyteller, among other things. I grew up in Ridgewood, New Jersey, 20 minutes out of Manhattan. So to jump across the GW Bridge and to hit a Broadway play was no great big deal. It was actually a great big deal to me, but my parents thought it was a little strange that I wanted to spend all this time and money in Manhattan watching strangers on strangers on stage. So I collected autographs and I collected the playbill, the playbills, and I had boxes. I had more boxes of playbills than my father had boxes of National Geographics that we were never allowed to open or look at. I knew some of you would get that one. Whoops. There we go. Hi. I hear your story. Thank you. That did not unnerve me at all. So Katherine Hepburn was my, the one that I wanted the autograph from the most. She wore trousers before any other women wore trousers. And she wasn't married, or she was married, I don't remember her story, but she was an individual and I wanted to be like her, and she was just amazing. And I wanted her autograph. I had a million autographs, but I wanted her autograph. So one day she lived in Fenwick, Connecticut, Old Saybrook, Connecticut. She lived next door to my aunt and uncle. That didn't give me any rights to say hello to Katherine Hepburn. She'd walk with her trousers along the Sound, and we were not allowed to talk to her. But my cousins were allowed to call her Aunt Katie and play tennis with her, and she would call them Little One and Cutie Pie. And I'm like, I just want her autograph. I don't want a little green, tennis ball. I just want her autograph. My uncle would not let me talk to her. So one day, I had an opportunity to go into the city to see Katherine Hepburn in a play. And I was, play people, 8th row, middle seat. I mean, you know exactly what seat to get. I was really excited. I could see the nostril, I could see the hair in her nose. It was so exciting. I don't know why that was exciting. It was kind of sick saying it out loud. I could see the sweat on her brow. I could hear, oh my God, she had such pretty eyes. I was like enamored. This is unbelievable. I can't believe I'm actually 8th row right there, Katherine Hepburn. And I decided, well, if I got this far, stage door is just over there. So when the play was over, I moved over to the stage doors quietly and inconspicuously as I could with 50 other people. And the 50 other people were all told to disperse, that Miss Hepburn was not going to see anyone this evening. She was very tired. The calla lilies had been in bloom that day, and she was busy. And so I stood behind this woman who was tall, regal, gorgeous, older, put together, jewels dripping from her, not like this. Diamond jewels dripping, fur coat. I mean, it was, before fur coats were not okay. She was fantastic. And she spoke like this, and she stood like this, and she talked with her hands. And I was enamored with her also. I get enamored a lot with people. And she had a teenager with her, and the teenager was her granddaughter. And she said to Stanley was the bouncer who looked more like Rocky, but Stanley was told, everyone needs to go, Miss Hepburn is not seeing anyone tonight. And Vera Thompson, that was her name, Vera Thompson, with her jewels, stood regally and said, would you kindly give Miss Hepburn this note? I played with her on Broadway 25 years ago. We were really very close. Stanley did not like it. He took the note. He went into Miss Hepburn's dressing room, and he came back with an entirely different demeanor. Oh my God, Miss Thompson, Miss Hepburn would love to see you. Please, just come this way. 50 people are watching Vera Thompson go through the crowd with her minks and her jewels and her lovely attitude. and really lovely attitude. I wanted to grow up to be like her. And they let her in the dressing room, and there's this teenage girl between Miss Vera Thompson and me, and Katherine says, "Vera," and Vera does, "Katherine," and they embrace, and Katherine's face was all, Miss Hepburn's face, was all ruddy and red, and she had a robe on. I saw her in a robe. She'd just gotten off of stage. She was sweaty. I was excited about that. And I was in her room, and I had the pen ready, and she's hugging Vera Thompson, and Vera Thompson is hugging her back, and she said, "And who is this?" Very gracious, really. She says, "My granddaughter." She takes her granddaughter's hands in both of her hands, and she says, "I'm so delighted to meet you. It's an honor to meet the granddaughter of Vera Thompson. We were very, very, very close." And then she said, with her hands still held to the teenage girl's hands, she said, and she looked at me. And Vera Thompson looked at me. And then they looked at each other. And Vera Thompson said, with her hands, "I have no idea, Katherine." And I said, "My aunt and uncle live right next to you. My cousins play tennis with you. They collect your balls." I didn't say anything. She said, Stanley, out! Get this insipid thing out of my room now! Out! This is an emotional scar, in case you haven't caught on. I was emotionally scarred. 6 minutes, got it. So I leave the room. Do I leave? I go outside to the bitter cold winter, freezing, camera in hand, wait for another hour just to get Katherine Hepburn's picture as she gets into the limousine, and all you see are her nose and her eyes, and she glances the crowd, and she sees me, and her eyes are daggers now. She's furious, and my camera goes off, and I know I'm not allowed to have any props, so I don't, but I have a 35mm picture of Katherine Hepburn greeting me graciously over the